They stood beside America for decades, through wars, treaties, and promises of freedom. But somewhere between the hashtags and headlines, something began to change. Nations once proud to call the U.S. their friend are quietly walking away, not with armies or speeches, but with trade deals, new alliances, and silent handshakes behind closed doors. Because loyalty, like power, has an expiration date. And this is the story of 5 countries slowly drifting out of Washington's orbit and into a new world order. 5. Saudi Arabia, the ally that fell out of love. For 50 years, America and Saudi Arabia were bound by oil and protection. The deal was simple: U.S. weapons for Saudi oil. But when America became an energy giant itself, the balance cracked. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman began looking east, to China's factories, to Russia's energy markets. Beijing now brokers peace between Saudi Arabia and Iran, something Washington couldn't do in decades. In Riyadh's new skyline, Chinese cranes rise higher than American flags. The friendship didn't explode, it just faded, like an empire realizing its favorite partner doesn't need it anymore. 4. The Philippines, the island that found a new compass. Once home to U.S. military bases and Western ideals, the Philippines is now rewriting its loyalties. Under Presidents Duterte and Marcos Jr., the nation has flirted with both sides. America's security, China's money. Fishermen in the South China Sea still face foreign ships, but trade keeps flowing. People just want jobs, not geopolitics. They've learned that survival sometimes means smiling at both superpowers and trusting neither. In a world of giants, small nations are learning to dance, not fight. Cure 3. Turkey, the ally that no longer obeys. Turkey is a NATO member, but lately it acts like it isn't. President Erdogan buys Russian missiles, meets Iranian diplomats, and blocks Western sanctions. To Washington, it's rebellion. To Ankara, it's independence. Erdogan tells his people, "We're not anyone's pawn," and millions believe him. Because after years of being treated as a bridge between continents, Turkey has realized it's actually a gate, and now it decides who walks through. Number 2. India, the friend that refuses to choose. The world calls India the next America, but India calls itself India. Once heavily dependent on U.S. support, it now plays both sides, buying Russian oil while signing American defense deals, joining Western alliances, yet refusing Western lectures. It's the art of strategic silence, and it's working. While America argues about leadership, India builds roads, satellites, and digital empires. It doesn't want to replace the U.S., it just wants to stop following it. In the global classroom, the student no longer waits for the teacher's approval. Me or one, Europe, the friend that's growing apart. It began as whispers about surveillance, wars, and cultural fatigue. But today, Europe is quietly wondering, does the American dream still work for us? The Ukraine war exposed dependence on U.S. weapons. The Middle East crisis exposed dependence on U.S. decisions. And yet, in Paris, Berlin, and Brussels, leaders now talk of strategic autonomy, the elegant phrase for we want to stand alone. Europe isn't angry, it's just tired. Tired of being the loyal friend who keeps paying for someone else's choices.